Now, I know that you are probably watching this, if you're watching or if you're listening, either one. You're probably watching this with your eyes all the way open because I know that mine would be right now. I would be judging up the wazoo because I already know that my camera quality is probably the worst on the internet. It is 2025 and I am using the lowest camera quality that one could possibly use. So you're probably wondering, how is this even possible? How does this girl get paid from social media when her quality is so bad? She doesn't even have a camera. I either use my phone or my laptop. And yes, I do get paid from social media. I've gotten paid from pretty much every single social media platform over the years, and you can too. And I'm going to help you do exactly that. The first thing to getting paid from social media is an identity shift. We're going to need to shift our mindset. We're going to need to shift our identity because that little voice inside of you that has always told you, what would it be like if I could just get paid to exist? What would it be like if I could just leave hustle culture, leave the matrix behind, frolic on a creek all day, go like catch lizards or whatever it is that I want to do and just get paid to exist. And this is the part of you that we are going to start to cultivate. So often we have shoved this part of ourselves away. Excuse me. We've shoved this part of ourselves away. We've told her to STFU that we have to go to work, we have to create a sustainable income, you have to work hard in order to get results and all of these things. But this is the time to take that old part of yourself out of the spiritual closet that you've locked her into, because this part of you has your intuition, this part of you has your purpose, this part of you has all of your plans and all of your systems to achieve your goals. So we need to first start to do a little bit of a mindset and emotional detox so that we can feel confident getting in touch with what we want again, getting in touch with what makes you unique and your personality and what you really desire and things like that. I know that there's so many people, business coaches, courses, things in the world being like how to hit your first 10K months in 30 days, like all of this different stuff. There's so much noise out there. So it's really, really important for you to silence all the noise. Once you decide that you want to do this, that you want to make money by just being paid to exist, that is where you get to silence all of the noise. You don't need more inspiration. You don't need more motivation. You don't need to hear other people's stories of how it's working for them. Because once you make that decision that if it's possible for somebody else, it can be possible for you, which is 1000% true, then we get to stop receiving all of the different messages, all of the different systems and things like that. Because at this point, once you've decided that this is what you're going to do, then you are going to start trying. And when it comes to trying, there's no such thing as trying. There's just doing. So once you decide and you take action and you put your behavior and your action behind that, you are a content creator. You are an influencer. Once you are an influencer, a content creator, however it is that you want to be paid to exist, but we're going to talk mostly about those platforms today because that's what I personally have experience in and want to share with you today. So once you decide those things, then it's all about you, not content creators in general, not how other people are doing things or anything like that. Social media did not even exist 20 years ago. Literally did not exist. And now people make $500,000 per month strictly through what they post on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, things like that. So there's a few things that you get to keep in mind throughout this process. When you see content creators that are posting consistently every single day or whatever it is because they have a soul system that works for them. The soul system that works for you is the result of being focused on yourself and not taking in all of the noise and all of the advice of all of these different influencers, business coaches, and things like that. You are going to find your soul systems by identifying your own energy levels and things like that. This is actually my favorite thing that I absolutely love to do in my one-on-one sessions with my clients is help you identify your soul systems. There are ways that you can work for just one day a month, which is exactly what I used to do in the past. One day a month, creating over 30 pieces of content in just a few hours that day, and you have content for the whole entire rest of the month. There is no reason, even if you have a full-time job, even if you have no time, even if you have 12 kids, literally one of my mentors has over 12 kids and does content full-time. So there is genuinely no excuse to not start trying, to not start putting yourself out there. When you create content and you start sharing yourself and you start talking about the things that you're interested in, the things that you're passionate about, when you give yourself the permission to try and you stop telling yourself that trying is embarrassing or something like that, that is when life is going to completely unlock and change for you. For some reason, people think that doing social media is embarrassing, but it's as embarrassing as an hour commute to your job every single day. It's as embarrassing as never being available on a Tuesday at 1 p.m. for a facial because you have a meeting in your corporate job or something like that. It's as embarrassing as constantly feeling tired or not having time or energy for, like, you decide what is embarrassing. So if anyone thinks that you putting yourself out there, trying, going into a new industry, trying something new is embarrassing, then all they're telling you is that they are not ready to rise and grow with you. And that can also be really, really painful in your journey. It has been for myself. I can't tell you how many people in my life have told me, like when I first started doing social media for full time, a lot of my friends were working full time and they would tell me things like, I just don't think that you deserve to get free product. I just don't think you deserve to get money, or like there was all this like animosity and tension and anger and things like that. And those people are not my friends anymore. And that is completely okay. They made space for people who do grow with me, who do celebrate with me, who do celebrate all of my wins while also creating their own wins too. So when it comes to social media and doing this stuff full time, you don't have to do beauty. You don't have to do the trending things or anything like that. All you have to do is exactly what I'm about to say. All you have to do is exactly what I'm about to say. You have to follow your joy. You really do. And whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're an artist, a massage therapist, a social media influencer, like whatever it is so, so important that you are able to know exactly, that you're able to know exactly how you operate. For example, a lot of the clients that I tend to work with have a way that their brain operates called pathological demand avoidance, which is another way of saying having like a kind of rebellious spirit. So when someone tells you you have to be up at 7 a.m., you have to do this, you have to do this, all of this stuff, you start to get really stressed and you want to naturally rebel against that have to. So someone who operates in that type of brain is actually going to be a lot more motivated from telling themselves the opposite things. If you tell yourself you have to sleep in every single day, then you're going to be motivated to wake up early every day. But you have to know how your brain works in order to find the system that's going to work best for you. So this can be a process for so many of us, but the progress is not going to happen if you don't start the process. You need to get started. You need to post those cringeworthy posts. You need to start taking messy action, being an imperfectionist, a complete imperfectionist, and seeing what will happen as you go. When I first started doing social media over 10, 15 years ago, I thought that there was no way that I was ever going to be a full-time creator without a camera. If I don't have an editor, a videographer, if I don't have all of this fancy equipment, there is absolutely no way. But I can tell you for a fact, I know over dozens of people that have millions and millions of subscribers on YouTube, millions, of subscribers on YouTube, millions and millions of followers on TikTok, are making well over 6 figures a year, all with their phone. So, any belief that you've been telling yourself about what is possible or what isn't possible, what is a good way to make money versus what is a bad way to make money, what is sustainable, what would be fun versus what wouldn't be fun, the truth of the matter is that you don't know. We have never ever lived in this type of world and climate that we're currently in. We've never had the inventions that we currently have. We have never had the reach that we currently have. No individual human has ever been able to impact the world the way that individuals can today. So it is the perfect time to take a step into your future. If you clicked on this video, you already freaking know that you are meant to be paid to exist. And that doesn't mean that you're better than other people or worse than other people or anything like that. It just means that you're clicking on this video and you're going to choose to put yourself first, to put your desires first, the same way that someone would if they were driving to work. They're putting themselves first. They're going to work, right? And so that is the energy that we get to have regarding content creation. If you want to do something, give yourself the permission to do it. You never, or for myself, I never, ever want to be at the end of my life looking back and wondering, what would it have been like to be a content creator for a summer? What would it have been like to get a random check in the mail that was completely unexpected? What would it have been like to not be stressed about my dog's emergency surgery because I actually have extra money to pay for it? I don't want to be at the end of my life and wonder what it would have been like. I want to be at the end of my life having given myself all of those experiences. And making money is part of that process. I know that so many of you already know me as an energy healer, and you might be surprised or even shocked that I'm talking about this, but this is so important. And this is the reason that I am so passionate about being an energy healer. I can't tell you how many people I've worked with throughout my life who have energetic blockages, and I'm doing everything that I possibly can to support them. But what they really deeply want, what their soul needs, is to get $10,000 while they sit on the beach. Like, would that not be healing for your nervous system? Would that not be healing for your chakras? Would that not be healing for your generational lineage and all of these things, is to be able to just go to a spa? Honestly, that would be really healing for me. And I love my grandmother so much, but I know that she was a single mom and she lived in a completely different era than I live on this planet. Social media didn't exist when my grandmother was raising her children. So the thought of being a single mom sitting at a spa while my kids are sitting next to me and just getting paid to exist and feeling proud of myself and not having to be reliant on anyone, like, oh my God, we could talk about this for hours and hours and hours, because getting paid to exist is healing. Getting paid to exist is setting your lineage free. Getting paid to exist is giving yourself the love that you have always deserved, that your grandma deserved, that all of the people in your whole entire lineage have always deserved. I really hope that this video has encouraged you to put yourself out there, to go for it, to stop wondering what it would be like, to not be another person that's watching from the sidelines, and instead see what the future could hold for you. What does the version of you that gets paid to exist, what does she wear? How does she hold herself? What does she look like? That version of you is probably the funnest and coolest and best version of you there is. And I want to hang out with that version of you. I see us in the future on the beach in Mexico somewhere, doing something absolutely magical. Maybe we go visit the pyramids in Egypt. Whatever this future version of you desires, right? But it's up to you to bridge the gap between you and the future you. It's up to you to stop closing the door on her, to stop saying this is BS, to stop comparing yourself to other people's numbers or other people's camera quality or other people's confidence or whatever it is, and to just start focusing on yourself. The incredible skills and gifts that you have to offer this world already. You don't need more certifications, licenses, things like that. You don't need more of that. You have it all. You have it all within you. You are already cool. Your only job is to wave your freak flag high so that other freaks know how to find you. And with all of that being said, I want you to know that you are not alone in this journey. I have a virtual membership that you are more than welcome to join. You are fully invited, and I would love to see you there. Inside my membership, I have a full library of practices, trainings, everything from how to batch over 30 days of content in just 2 hours to how to find your soul gifts, your human design, like your best diet, lifestyle, sleep schedule, absolutely everything that you need in order to feel good being paid to exist, in order to elevate yourself through this transformation and step out on the other side as the best, healthiest, and most confident version of you. I also have one-on-one sessions available and courses, products that you can instantly download to increase your personal frequency literally right away. Start to be a magnet for more of that abundance, for more clients, for more likes, for more checks. Become a magnet for whatever it is that you desire. You can find all of that in the description box down below, and I'll see you guys in our next video. I'm sending you so much love. If we're not already connected across socials, make sure that we're connected in all of those places because I love to post on my Instagram stories. I love to share lots of little fun blurbs and tips and tricks that can support you throughout this process. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful heart, mind, body, soul. Feel like the beautiful version that you are. Bye. I'll see you later.